Hi YouTube. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Magicdo Glass Paint. It's 12 paints for painting on glass. So let's get to it. Alright, now I was very interested in getting to this project where we're going to actually paint a glass in this video using this Magicdo Glass Paint. But first off, I'm going to show you the box here. As you can see, it has somebody painting on some drinking glasses there. And it says here, glass paint, 12 bright natural colors, formulated for maximum adhesion to all clean, dry glass. Now, this was interesting here. Fast drying. I believe that should be drying, so that's a misprint. High degree. Okay, that should be degree. That's another typo of light fastness. So we got a couple of typos here. Scratch and water resistance. So right off the bat, I have to say that somebody really rushed to get this made up here, this cover, and I hope that the product itself wasn't rushed. But this part here, a little word out to the manufacturers there, you have some typo. You need to get some new boxes made. Okay, 12 by 12 milliliters of fine colors. And we need to get this done by 2020. So I better not waste any time then. We better get straight to it. So opening up the package. There you go. And this is how they come. You have these colors. There's 12 of them. You have the titanium white. And then you have mid yellow. You have a orange. Looks like an orange yellow. A rose, a crimson, a light green, a viridian, a cerulean blue, deep blue, violet, burnt umber, I guess, and black. So there we go. Okay, great. And to help out, we have this painter's palette. You stick your thumb in like that, and you just take your paintbrush and you do your little thing here, and you can mix it all in here or here, whatever, and you go paint. All right, well, there's not much more I could say about this other than to get right into painting. So we're going to paint a glass next.
Well, I came up with this idea to find a design online, such as this butterfly, and I printed it out on my my inkjet printer, and then simply just put it underneath the plate so that now there is an outline. And as you can probably tell, that is not my hands. I have a volunteer to paint this butterfly for me. So what I'm going to do at this point now is speed this up, and we'll just sit back and watch her as she paints this butterfly using this glass paint.
Okay, well here's the finished product, as you can see. And I think she did a pretty good job on that. She's never done glass painting before. This is the first time for her. I've done it before with different kind of paints, which I'm going to kind of explain the differences here. One of the things she mentioned to me as she was doing this, and I concur, is that these particular paints, as it goes onto the glass, are quite translucent. In other words, you can see through them. You can see my hand in the background. There are also glass paints where you cannot see through them at all. They're very opaque. But these are translucent. So if you want something, for example, that is going to give you more of a stained glass effect, let's say you wanted to create stained glass windows, or you wanted to do glass where you shine a light through it, well then this would be the type of paints that you would want to use. However, you want solid colors, if you want it where light cannot pass through and they're very opaque, well there are other glass paints that will do just that. I've used them years ago. I don't believe I have any anymore, but I do remember that I was able to paint a fireplace on a drinking glass where you could not see through the colors. The colors were very opaque, very solid. These are going to be translucent, so you're going to be able to see through it with light. So, for example, I can take my little flashlight here, and as you can see, the light goes right through the colors, which is kind of cool because looking at those wings and everything with this light in the background, it's pretty awesome. Projected onto my wall here. Check that out. You put some pretty cool colors here. Now here's the actual glass itself, and then I'm projecting it onto my not so white walls. Very interesting. Now once you've allowed it to dry, it's water resistant, so you could, of course, you can clean your glass and so forth, but it's not waterproof, it's water resistant. So basically, I can't smear it or anything. I got water on my hands, for example, right now, and you can see that it's steadfast, it's not going anywhere. And it's also scratch resistant. But take one of these X-Acto knives, for example, and I can scratch it off. And so this is a way that you can come by later on if you want to change your mind, and you can make adjustments to your work and get it just right. But it is scratch resistant, as my nails won't scratch it off. But something very sharp like this, of course, will take care of it. Now, as it applies, it has a very watery type feel to it. Not completely watery, but it's a different consistency than you would find from oil paint, for example, which is oil based and thicker, so forth. This here is a little more watery. Take a little bit out here so you can see. See, it comes out real watery like, okay? And that explains why it's so translucent and why I'm making quite the mess here. So it's a very runny consistency, kind of like vegetable oil. That would be the best way to describe it. It would be like colored vegetable oil. Of course, vegetable oil itself would not dry, and this is not vegetable oil, but it has that consistency. You can see that there, and then just go ahead and let that dry, and then of course it'll be permanent. Another thing too is if you get it on your hands, you're going to have a little trouble getting it off because it is definitely water resistant. Matter of fact, it's soap resistant, alcohol resistant, and even the antibacterial hand cleaner resistant. So I may have to go out in the garage and try some paint thinner or something, mineral spirits. I'm sure one of those will take that off. But anyway, I guess that's going to stay with me until tomorrow. Well, that's it for the Magicdo Glass Paint 12 colors and the demonstration. So I hope you enjoyed this review, this demonstration on using them. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Matter of fact, please give the missus a thumbs up for the artwork. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click the old bell so you'll be notified of future videos, and I'll see you in the next video, which should be the drawing tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.